Guys, if you want to follow my daily adventures, whether it's with big pythons like this or whatever's going on in my life, make sure to tune in every day of the week on my daily vlog. It says, it's down in the description. This snake is really heavy. You can follow me over at Brian Barczyk. Again, daily vlogs, don't miss a day.
This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television.
I'm here in Fountain Valley, California at my buddy Jay Brewer's place, Prehistoric Pets and the Reptile Zoo. And I'm here for one reason and one reason only, and that's to see some of the largest snakes in captivity. And this is certainly the place to do it. Now this is a beautiful ultra ivory, but I'm going to be honest with you, this guy is a little puppy compared to the ones that we're about to see. It's going to be amazing. We're talking about snakes that are a few hundred pounds, and we're going to show them to you guys. But first, I'm going to meet up with Jay, and we're going to look at what these giant snakes are as they're hatching. Just little guys. And then later in the show, you're going to be blown away by how large these pythons are. So Jay, what is going on?
We got babies hatching.
Okay, I wanted to get to that because you're the big snake guy. And,
this is my big snake. This is how it all begins.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to start with you guys, is to really show that these big snakes have to start as small snakes, as baby snakes, but they're still really impressive. And it's really fortunate that we ended up showing up right as a whole clutch, well, a couple in this clutch started hatching.
30 minutes ago, these were not hatching.
30 minutes, guys. So see the snake right there? That snake is less than 30 minutes old of popping its
Literally.
As a matter of fact, if you see this bubble right here, that's actually maybe the first breath that a snake took right there. Just starting to breathe.
You can actually see, you can see this one's trying to hatch. This one here's trying to hatch. So we're gonna have to rescue them because we don't want anybody drowning or dying or...
So let's back up for a second so that people that aren't familiar with snakes have an idea. These are obviously python eggs.
Correct.
So you guys know. And retics, I mean, they're pretty large eggs for snakes. I mean,
I mean, these look like a middle-sized egg. Sometimes they're bigger. It depends on how much moisture they get to take in. Of course, they start out smaller and they grow. That's why they're...
Yep, and at the end they start to expel some of the fluids. Now these are mainlands, right?
These are mainlands.
Okay, so the mainlands are going to incubate a lot longer, right?
Not a lot longer. The dwarf stuff goes like 74 to 76 days. These go like 76 to 82.
Oh, so that's not that far.
No,
so
sometimes the truth is, sometimes it's not all about it. It's not, but yeah, but definitely. Dwarf stuff has a tendency of being a little bit earlier than the main
but
ones.
Nevertheless, even retic eggs are much longer than, say, ball python eggs or Burmese
They're
eggs.
You're never going to hatch a 60-day retic.
So think about this, guys. We're talking about almost 80 days of incubation, and we happen to be here right
Usually over 80 days.
Usually over 80 days.
I'd have to do the math on this one, but I think we've been getting back down to the 82-day range.
This is 10-14.
10-14, so 2 days early, so that's
so
that means this one hatched at 82 days.
82 days. So 82 days, these guys have been sitting in this tub.
Waiting for you!
And we literally caught the moment.
Destiny!
That they start. So anyways, Jay, this is amazing, and I think that baby snakes are great and awesome, but I'm here to see some amazing large, I mean, these guys aren't here to see baby snakes.
In order to see the amazing large ones, we're gonna have to get out something in between, don't we? Kind of build up for the grand finale.
This guy right here.
Come on.
All right, just blow my mind. How about that? Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
What do you guys say? We're in for this, right? Whatever Jay wants to do.
I'll go find something cool.
I'm gonna meet you guys out there. So what do we have here, Jay? First off, I gotta tell you, I know you're a big snake guy. These aren't that impressive as far as size, but color, I love them.
Okay.
And tell me what they got.
Okay, well, what we got right here is actually, this is technically one of the world's first. This is a motley, this is actually a super motley golden child.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like super black.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's actually less black than the motley golden.
Really?
But it's still cool.
It's
super cool. You would think that, I mean, the motley golden. The super motley brings a little bit lighter to it.
Right.
But the super motley makes a lot of neat snakes, and this is one I think is kind of cool looking.
Now this one, guys, I think that this is probably the most popular snake, at least retic in the world. Everyone that knows retics has seen this snake and probably liked it on Instagram, actually. So what? Tell me what this is.
This is actually one that we thought was a Motley Golden. We still don't know for sure it isn't. The only way we'll know is if we breed it.
Right.
But it got these cool dots on the side, so we assumed that it had to be a golden child because it has the dots and it's not cleaned off. But it is super dark. It's very cool looking.
Yeah, the dots
it's not as dark as it was when it was little, but the pattern's incredible.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, these are really beautiful snakes, and you know what? I think they're cool. But Jay, I think that we need a slightly larger snake, and I think that we might have one coming.
Oh, we got another one coming here. Matter of fact,
I'm going to hold on to these two, okay?
Okay. It looks like they're going to hold on to you.
Yeah. See, that's the one thing that's nice about Retics is they like to get snugged up.
Now, for those of you that aren't into the darker colors and you're into the bigger snakes, we figured that we'll start off with a little bit of what we call leucistic. And this is, of course, a black-eyed leucistic. It's a very beautiful snake. The funny thing is, you might see it change color while we have it out because it blushes. Its pigment is so thin that even at this size, it actually blushes like your face.
If this snake gets any higher on my leg, I'm going to start blushing for you guys. But they hang on tight. But you can actually see some of the pink colors actually coming through.
It's starting to blush right now.
That's really amazing. And the white Retics have really gotten stronger over the years. You've really
it depends on the genetics.
Right.
And so what we figured out is that the ivory to ivory, the ivories are. It's basically a long story, but make a long story short, there's a couple lines of leucistics that come from platinums, and if you breed platinum to platinum, you run a risk of making leucistics that are weak.
Kind of weak.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this certainly seems like a super strong
titanium.
Animal. Yeah, is that what this is?
Yeah, we put some titanium in it.
And it just titanium makes everything better. But now we're starting to get a little bit bigger. I mean, again, these snakes are reticulated pythons, of course, and it's really the longest
Don't worry,
snake.
I got a big one for you. We're going to bring a big one out.
I've heard that before. I don't know. And then you bring these little guys out. But the truth is that reticulated pythons are really the longest. Whoa, that was a close one. Didn't want to drop this guy. They're the longest snake, really, in the world. Of course, people always say anacondas are the largest snake, but they don't get nearly as long as reticulated pythons. They are very heavy bodied, but some reticulated pythons probably rival anacondas as far as girth as well, and certainly weight, wouldn't you think?
I mean, absolutely. Some of the, especially you get one in captivity, it's got a good food supply, obviously, controlled food supply, and they start getting in the... Retics are funny, like you see this snake isn't that big, but you see it's actually just hitting the size where it's going to gain weight. We got him! We got him!
Okay, guys. You don't ever do worry. I'm okay. I'm not going to die. Retics are constrictors, and it does have a pretty good hold on me right now, but they're not killers, guys. People have to understand that. These snakes don't want to kill anyone. It's just using me as a tree. It's basically holding on. Jay said this earlier today, that we use our hands to anchor. These snakes use their body to anchor. So right now, it's just anchoring onto Jay.
See, now, he feels good about that anchor, so guess what? Now he's going to transfer that anchor.
Now he's going to get a little bit tighter on me for sure. But I tell you what, this isn't bad. I wouldn't want some of the big snakes around my neck as much. Not that they want to hurt me, but they're just so powerful that even with them just holding on could literally almost choke me out. So I'm going to get a little help from Jay, and then we're going to move on to something slightly larger. All right, so Jay, this doesn't look that much bigger to me.
Oh man, are we still in that big kick?
I'm here.
What's everybody all about size? I mean, I don't get it.
I am here to see big snakes, but don't get me wrong, this is really cool. So all right, go ahead.
I will deliver.
Give me your spiel on this one before the audience is like, I could find that in my backyard. Garter snakes are this big.
This is like, you guys wouldn't think this is big, would you?
It still is a really big snake, but regardless. So this is a golden Mochino, and this is the only one.
Golden child.
Or this is the first one.
This was the first one produced. We produced a few of them, and we have a female that's bigger, but this one here's one we grabbed.
This guy's killing me, and I keep promising you guys big snakes, and I keep getting these guys,
But hey, is that beautiful or what, guys? If I didn't share this with you, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight.
No, and it really is a beautiful snake. And the thing that Jay is so passionate about, number one, and also known for, is really the color combinations of reticulated pythons. I mean, legitimately, I don't know how many hundreds of different colors he has, but it's pretty impressive.
See this?
That's a great.
It took this long. You got to see Tim. Tim's so old now he can barely walk.
Speaking of Tim, we got Tim right over here with an animal.
Look at that.
Now this is a really gorgeous snake, and again, it's not a really big snake, but I promise you.
You're really stuck on this big thing, aren't you?
I am. I came to California to see the biggest pythons around, but I'm enjoying the smaller stuff too. I really am, and this thing is ridiculously beautiful. So what is this?
So this right here is a Phanom, Platinum, Sunfire, Tiger, head albino. So it's a very pretty snake.
It might be better to just say it's a really pretty snake.
Okay, really pretty snake.
Oh, and it's a little bit fired up too. What happens sometimes, these guys will get a little bit stressed out.
He just drank water.
And they'll drink water and they get kind of excited, and that kind of happens. So I'm going to take a little bit of a present home with me, guys. But that's okay.
Actually, see, he ate a rat, which is right here. And after they eat, they drink, and so he just let you have some of his. He's just sharing his drink.
No, it's beautiful. So, all right, guys, as promised, we're moving on to a big snake right now. So, guys, I'm telling you what, if Jay comes out here with another small snake, there's going to be a fight. I'm here to see the big snakes. Oh, all right, Jay. So now this is what I'm talking about right here.
This is a warm-up. Now you thought this was a big snake?
Oh my God!
This is the warm-up.
It is so heavy that I can't even sit up.
People don't realize how heavy these things really are.
All right, so tell me now. Like I said, I came out to California for this.
Here you go.
And this is what I've come out here for. Is to see something this size and even larger. You're saying this is just my warm-up, guys.
You know, when you go to the gym, you got to start. If you start right off with the big stuff, you tear things. So we're trying to prep you. So I can't hardly get. There you go.
You guys have no idea how heavy this is. It is amazing. It's such a cool snake. So tell me, what is this first off?
This is actually a titanium, platinum tiger.
A titanium platinum tiger. Okay, so Jay, tell me, like, what is it? What is it with the big snakes with you? I mean, what started your passion with this?
You know, I don't know. To be honest, I've always, when I was really young, I actually, don't ask me how this happened, but when I was 13, I had about a 15, 16-foot reticulated python.
Don't follow Jay. He's just like me. I was 15.
My dad was 67. I was adopted. He passed away actually shortly after. And he let me do anything. I mean anything. And I would never, ever, ever recommend it. But somehow I got so lucky it was the tamest snake on the earth.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that's funny because that's the same kind of story that I've told you guys before. At 15, I got a Burmese python, and it's like now I have this lifelong passion for the large snakes. But I never really, I didn't take it to the level that you have. I mean, where it's just like you just pioneered this whole reticulated python thing. I mean, there's other people doing it, but not on the level that you are.
I was inspired by a lot of people, to be quite honest. I mean, it's like a paint job on every different snake. I get to do, obviously we don't do it genetically, like cheating.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call it cheating, but we don't work with microscopes, or we just literally just find the snakes with the right genes and start working our way out.
Yeah, a little dab of this, a little dab of that. And guys, just to give you an idea, I mean, this snake is, I don't know, what is this snake, maybe 150?
I'd say 170.
170. But you got to remember, that's 175.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 175. So this snake is almost as heavy as I am.
We'll fix that in a minute, guys.
But you just can't understand the feeling of having a snake like this just laying on you. I mean, that weight is unbelievable. And literally, I'm not kidding you, when I was laying down and it was on top of my chest, I couldn't sit up. That's how much weight and just mass these animals are.
It's a big muscle.
It's one big muscle with a bunch of ribs. I mean, that's basically
I mean, you think about this thing in the wild. A wild reticulated python this size can eat a wild boar up to 140 pounds probably.
Isn't that something? I mean, it's just crazy.
That's mind-boggling when you think about how strong a boar is.
And, I tell you, just snakes like this, to me, I don't care who you are. When you see something like, I mean, if you're afraid of snakes, you're going to look at this and be afraid, obviously, but you're still going to be inquisitive. You're going to be curious about what it's like. And to me, the big snakes just do that.
It's incredible. People love them. And it's always amazing watching people that are scared, spitless, turn into a snake lover 10 minutes later.
Exactly.
Because all their fears are erased. And,
it is, and again, it just goes back to what I was saying, is that this gets you curious and you want to know more. And I mean, gosh, I don't, just think of the snake. I mean, it's almost crazy and prehistoric in a way, Prehistoric Pets.
Oh, what an idea.
I mean, to think about a reptile that can get 300 pounds and 20-something feet is just absolutely incredible. So no matter who you are, when you see a snake this size, you're going to be, what is up with that? Even if you're afraid, you want to know more about that animal. And to me, that's what makes these things cool. And that's why I came to California, is to see animals like this and to get the experience that Jay is giving me right now. And I tell you what, he says he has even a bigger one in store for me. So you guys want to see what you have?
Let's do it.
Okay guys, I promise you the biggest snake is about to come. This is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
The snake! Come on, dude.
Yo,
get in here, man. Come on. Oh, yeah.
A what?
See that bump right there? That's a rabbit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There's a rabbit right here, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is...
Oh!
You look like Britney Spears.
How's it going, babe? I'm Brittany, bitch. Ready? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Bro.
10 more reps.
I was gonna go to the gym tonight, not anymore.
What a weightlifter said.
I've been in here for 7 minutes. I've been here for 7 minutes, bro.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, man. You just started. This is gonna be a crazy night. Crazy night.
I'm so down, bro. Oh my God. I was posing right there for the thumbnail. That's what that was.
I knew it.
Oh.
he's hardcore gonna get Okay, so listen guys, I've seen some pretty big snakes here. I've seen some really beautiful snakes. Now Jay's in the back over there and he's guaranteeing me that I'm gonna see one of the largest snakes, maybe in captivity, maybe the largest snake in captivity. We're talking about a monster, huge, awesome snake. So far he's let me down a little bit with the size thing, so let's hope he doesn't let me down this time. I think Jay has actually came through for me this time.
This is big.
Holy,
Oh.
oh my God. Holy God. Guys.
There you go, bro.
Holy.
How's that for a snake, guys?
Oh my gosh, now that is one huge snake. Oh, so how big do you think this snake is?
I think she's about 270.
270 pounds, guys. Can you
Maybe
imagine?
more. I don't know.
The thing is
Oh.
that 270 pounds of muscle is just so heavy. And that is, I mean, just look at the girth. Jeez, look at that.
There you go. That gives you an idea. Look at the girth on this girl.
And look at her, she's a little bit upset.
Yeah, she just kind of struck at me. She's probably literally putting her mouth back in shape.
She's
really tame, but she was dead asleep. Sitting there with her mouth just like totally sleeping.
She's a little,
But she's good now.
she's a little cranky, but we'll be okay. So, do you think that there's a bigger snake out there? Is this close to the biggest snake?
I have one snake that's actually bigger, but she's in blue.
This is 270 pounds and how many feet?
22.
22 feet
We
long.
may have to stretch her out a little bit, huh?
22 feet long, 270 pounds. Jay may have one that's a little bit bigger, but I think that he delivered on this one right here for the fact that this is actually, if not the largest snake, close to the largest
She's
snake.
actually, you know what? The truth is, depending on who's doing what, on the next couple months will determine who's the biggest one.
So this girl, just with a handful of needles in her, could potentially be the largest snake in captivity. So guys, that is pretty amazing. She's a little bit tense. You definitely don't want to be on the business end, but just take a look at the girth of that animal. I mean, just look at here. I'm going to lay down, and look at this.
This done way back over here.
That is absolutely crazy, guys. Just take a look at the length of that animal, and just, oh, what a beautiful snake too. So what morph is this, Jay?
This is a Citron Tiger Titanium.
A Citron Tiger Titanium.
Oh man, she's heavy.
That is one beautiful snake and got some crazy size to her.
She's awesome.
Gosh. So guys, I hope that I delivered to you. Traveled all the way here to California to visit my buddy here, Jay, at Prehistoric Pets. You can check his YouTube channel out.
But we're not done yet until you totally living the dream.
You can check his YouTube channel out. Link is in the description, guys. This is awesome to me. I don't know, you guys may want to cuddle up with your puppies or whatever it is. To me, this is living the dream right here, and that's the hashtag that Jay always uses. So, guys, it's always a blast coming here, and as always, I'm Facebooking and tweeting my way through things. You can follow me over at SnakeBytesTV or on Instagram at SnakeBytesTV, and you can follow Jay at Prehistoric Pets. Till next week, You've been watching Snake Bites.